What's good, Capricorn? I hope you guys are having a lovely day. We are going to take a look at what's going on in your love life for the year of the horse 2026. Let's get into it. So, we have the Seven of Cups that came out with the Ten of Cups, Six of Wands, and the Page of Swords. So, the Seven of Cups is here clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, which always gives me the energy of, single, sexy, and successful. Okay, honey? That's what it gives me. But really, it speaks to, you truly enjoying the success, the fruits of your labor. Really being in that energy of being self-sufficient and financially independent, and so you're pouring all this love into yourself, right? That's Nine of Pentacles energy. So when it comes to clarify the Seven of Cups, this is really like, you are going to have a lot of options in love, and your main energy is going to be poured directly into yourself, as it should be, okay? Because you're pouring into yourself, that moves you into directly where you want to be here with this Ten of Cups, that is then clarified by the Emperor, okay? This is giving the energy that somebody is watching you love yourself, right? And putting yourself on this pedestal. And because they see you doing that, they're like, yeah, that's the one. She's that girl. He's that guy, okay? And they see you as ultimately the win, the trophy, okay? Six of Wands is definitely victorious. This is progress, okay? So because you have poured into yourself here, you're getting what you want. This year is going to be nice. Obviously, the Emperor is coming in. All right, this Ten of Cups energy, like I said before, this is that emotional fulfillment, and the person that's coming in to be that emotional fulfillment is this Emperor. Ten of Cups also talks about divine love. This is the divine masculine. Okay, so if you need a direct answer, then yeah, this is that year. Okay. And again, with the Six of Wands here, this is success. All right, this is recognition, but this is also somebody recognizing that you are the damn prize. Okay, you are the prize. All right, it is clarified by the Page of Cups. And while generally it can give breadcrumbing, sometimes they can also give Mr. Wishy-Washy or Mrs. Wishy-Washy. That's not what I'm getting here. This feels like a spark. Okay, and then when I see this Page of Swords that it leads you to, this is giving a double spark, right? Clarified by the cup or the Ace of Cups. So this is really, how this feels like it's going to progress. This person sees that you're pouring into yourself, okay? They see you, they love this, they're watching you, first of all. Right? They're watching you pour into yourself. They're watching you put yourself on this pedestal. And it sparks something within them. And that spark makes them immediately go into planning mode. Okay, they're like, okay, well, how do I come up with an offer for them, right? And then you have here, boom, there's your offer. There's your offer, right? When I see the Page of Swords, it's the only page that actually has movement. All right, it's slow movement. Okay, this is not gonna happen overnight. The Page of Swords is it's a slow movement, but it's the only page that's moving. It's the only page that's moving. You have the Page of Wands that is looking out, like it's ready to move. Okay, you have the Page of Cups right here in your spread that shows you it's a watcher. Okay, it's a watcher. All right, not quite ready to move. And the Page of Pentacles, I mean, that person is just sitting on, they are sitting on their plans. They are really focused on, cultivating whatever they're trying to cultivate. But the Page of Swords, that sword is up. The hair is moving in the wind. He is in his action steps. He is ready to go. All right. And what he's ready to go towards is this Ace of Cups, baby boo. So some of y'all are going to be getting engaged. Some of you guys are going to be meeting or taking a relationship to the next level. So you may go from the talking phase to the dating phase to the official phase, right? That's when you're monogamous, if you will. If that's your thing. I mean, if you're a poly person, then whatever polyamorous people do, then that's what y'all gonna do. But regardless, this is giving commitment, okay? And this is not just a regular type of commitment. This is soul contract. Very much so with this divine masculine here. Then again with the divine love coming in with the 10 of cups. This is very much so giving soul contract. So we're looking at divine love, soulmates, twin flame energy here, okay? Let's get some clarifiers. Let's get some cards and see what about obstacles or warnings that you need to know. Oh, doggone it. Queen of Swords. What else? Three of Swords. Oh. And the Moon. Okay. Couple things here let's dive into. So the Queen of Swords feels like two different energies. For some of you, this person has an ex, right, who cannot let go. Okay? The ex cannot let go. Their ex may be an Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini, and they're big three. She is not going to be able to stop what's happening here because, baby, this is blessed by God. Okay, this is that written in stone type shit. Okay, this is that I've loved you in other lifetimes type shit. So whoever this girl is, she's just, beating her head up against a brick wall. Okay, and the brick wall is solid. So you don't have to worry about that. However, on the flip side of that, the second energy here is you having to make sure that you are setting clear boundaries and standing on those boundaries. Okay? And you also want to make sure that you are not moving strictly from an emotional standpoint, which for a Capricorn really isn't your groove. You guys are generally pretty level-headed, pretty grounded for the most part, because we all get a little unhinged sometimes, but this this is very much so giving the energy that make sure you are setting clear boundaries for this relationship and what your expectations are. Okay, another warning or obstacle is the Three of Swords. Do not let the heartbreak of the past influence how you are moving in a negative way. Okay, take the lesson, right? Release the pain, okay? You want to make sure that you have healed enough that you are not moving from a space of trauma. You are not responding from your trauma, all right? So this is a good time, since we are still in the year of the snake. At the time of me recording this, we are in the year of the snake still. It is January the 27th or 28th. I didn't look at a calendar this morning. I just got up and started moving. So it's the 27th or the 28th, all right? We are still in the year of the snake, which means this is a perfect opportunity for you to be releasing, okay? Use the rest of the energy here, all right? And release those things, those concepts that hurt because it's not serving you, okay? Grab the lesson, chuck the rest, okay? And finally, we have the Moon as a warning or an obstacle. Baby, do not let your past, okay, influence your current, all right? You cannot allow whatever insecurities that you have had because of the things that you've gone through to be projected onto this individual, okay? First of all, they're not going to allow that. This is an emperor, okay? This is not a king. This is definitely not a knight, okay? You need to make sure that you are not projecting onto this person because they don't deserve it. They're not even the type of human being who would even operate on the level of your exes. So you have to be sure that you're not treating them accordingly. In that same vein, this person is not your father figure. They're not going to show up and do the terrible things or whatever wounds you have from your father. They're not going to do that to you. So you need to make sure that you have addressed your father wound, that you have addressed your mother wound, that you have addressed any issues surrounding your past relationships before you get really serious with this person. That way, when things come up, because you will be triggered, just because you heal right now does not mean there's not more healing to go. But the point is to be able to identify before you respond, and then make sure that you check yourself before you approach your partner, okay? Always remember that it's you and your partner against the problem, not you versus your partner, ever. And if it gets to the point where it's you versus your partner, you know it's time to dip, okay? Because either you or him need to recalibrate in a space where you can actually dig into the depths of your own soul, which requires a little bit of solitude, okay? So let's get what the advice is. What is the advice, Spirit? What advice do you have for my Capricorns? Spirit is like, girl, you just gave them all the advice we could. But let's see if we can get a card out here for advice. Because I know I ain't say everything that needed to be said, Spirit. Come on. All right, there we go. All right, so you have the 8 of Cups, which essentially just reaffirmed everything I already said. You got to walk away from the things that no longer serve you. Allow this person to be the mirror, as all people are. They are all mirrors to you. Everybody that you encounter is a mirror, reflecting back to you things that you need to address within yourself, okay? So allow that person to be the mirror that they're going to be, and release the things that are no longer serving you, right? So if you come up and this person triggers something within you, you need to address that. Hey, why am I triggered by this? Is this something that I need to be afraid of, or is this something that I have already sorted through and I just need to reaffirm that we are in a safe space now, that I am no longer in that energy and this person is not trying to do this to me, right? So that was just an example of how you could work through something. The point being is, Spirit is asking you to walk away. Walk away from the things that don't serve you. Walk away from any energies that are not aligned with you, okay? And just be open to exploring and enjoying your journey as it aligns with the highest version of yourself, okay? So I hope that you guys have a lovely rest of your day, because baby, 2026, year of the horse, is looking mighty grand for you, okay? I love y'all. Have a good one.